take a first down. Nice run to the left, to the right here. Their offensive line's getting pushed. Now you're in the red zone. Again, if they give you an easy hitch at the top of the screen, don't be afraid to take it.
Singleton way to the bottom. But they're going to run the ball again with Moss, the freshman. And it'll be first and goal for Utah. And now, my question, and we had this very same scenario last week in Eugene, Yogi. It's both sides out. Does Sonny Dykes start thinking about timeouts?
I think if you're Cal, you want to wait. You want to see what the strategy is for Utah right here. And clearly they're going to try to milk the clock. You don't want to start all of a sudden tipping your hand and getting rid of your timeouts. You got 3.
Yeah, not all of them, right?
Exactly.
First and goal. 4 receivers, 3 bottom. Smith alone up top. Again against the little bit of a lighter box. Defensive box. Utah trying to spread the field and then see if they can run inside. Cal jams it up after 2.
Okay, after this snap, assuming Utah's going to run the football, you got to use a timeout. I thought they might have used one there. If you're Cal.
Yeah, okay.
I think you got to stop the clock.
Yeah.
You know, even though you're a quick strike offense and you're going to have a bunch of timeouts left, I think you've got to be smart with this play clock.
Hard to believe. Look at that difference. 93rd play for
That's
Utah.
insane.
And they're trailing. And they won't get in on that. Shine in the middle. So now the game's down to 2 snaps. For Utah, they need the end zone. And the way this clock's running down, they won't get any more chances.
Well, it's interesting. Sonny Dykes is out on the field. Kyle Whittingham's out on the field. It's kind of like, who's going to call a timeout? Oh, let's not.
Nobody.
Here we go. This, you know what? How great is Bowman? This is why we love this game.
And both coaches are basically saying these 2 plays are it. This is the game.
Hey, Cindy said it. The Cal defensive line was on the sideline and said, we're going to have to do it again. Well, here you go, Cal.
Game of the day comes down to the final minute. Pressure. Williams is down. The game will come down to 1 play.
Devontae Downs, bottom of your screen. He comes off the edge. How about the energy with this defense? They come balanced. They come from the interior all over the field. And there's Cameron Saffel. He knows he had that personal foul that hurt him early in the ball game.
Well, what Utah's going to do here now is this. Well, actually, they did it sooner than I thought.
30 seconds in length.
The play clock was not running. I would have thought Utah would let the game clock go down to 3 seconds. As you say, it's the last play of the game either way.
This is going to be great.
But either way.
Well, here's the beautiful thing now. Okay, we got timeouts. Okay, Utah obviously just took one. But now it becomes almost that icing moment, or even in basketball, what are they setting up to do? So now it's all about the eyes in the booth for both of these staffs. What are they seeing? Are they screaming down on the sideline, call timeout, call timeout? What do they expect and what are the tendencies?
Right, so 4th and goal at the 11, 1 play. What do your eyes see from the booth for Utah?
Well, if I'm Utah, I'm isolating number 11, Raylan Singleton, to the field. Give him a chance.
The wide side.
To the wide side. In the slot, I'm putting 17, Demarie Simpkins, the true freshman. It's advantage athlete for Utah. Simpkins is a better athlete than whoever is going to line up across from in the nickel defense for Cal. Yes, he's a freshman. Yes, he hasn't been there. But if he can beat him on a slant, on a quick hitting route, I'd go to him. If not, I'm coming resetting my feet if I'm Troy Williams, and I'm going to the outside.
Well, Utah missing a lot of its weapons today on offense. Tim Patrick hasn't played since the first half. Corey Butler-Bird not here. Kyle Fulks hurt during the game. Raylan Singleton's been their big man. He is down at the very bottom of your picture, going against Marvell-Shawn Franklin of Cal.
It's man coverage. Harrison Hanley, the tight end, 88.
And now Sonny Dykes, after seeing what Utah came to the line with, takes a timeout. And now Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky start here.
All right, here we go. We called it, right? Here's Singleton. It's man-to-man coverage. Here's Simpkins, man-to-man coverage. Here's Hanley, man-to-man. If I'm them, I'm doing this, and I'm working this guy to the back-end line. Man coverage all across the board. Luke Ravenzer's at the top. He's double coverage on the top of the field to the boundary.
This is what you love. Now, this is what a lot of us love about ball, Yogi's right. This is chess right now. So Kyle Whittingham showed his move. Sonny countered. It's a timeout. Now what move does Kyle make?
I think he lines up exactly the same.
Okay.
I think you line up exactly the same. I love it. Man-to-man coverage. These are two extremely aggressive teams. You know you're going to bring a fifth guy. You're going to bring a little extra pressure. The ball's got to get out of Troy Williams' hands. The biggest thing, though, if I'm Cal, I'm playing press coverage. You have to disrupt the timing of Utah's wide receivers.
Everybody standing in Memorial Stadium. Everybody. One play to decide the game.
Same formation.
Singleton at the bottom. Williams looking that way. Throwing that way. Flag is down in the end zone. Does Utah have life? Yes.
Well, you want to talk about
Pass interference. Defense number 18. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball is placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
100% the right call. And you want to talk about the timeout of Kyle Whittingham? It saves his team time. If he let the clock go all the way down, now all of a sudden you just got one play.
One play,
now
right.
we're first down at the 2 with 2 timeouts. That is a big-time decision. That's why he's been National Coach of the Year. It's why we believe he's one of the top coaches in the country. Awesome job of clock management by Utah and Kyle Whittingham.
Well said, Coach Roth. Well said. So Utah has multiple plays. Now they can run. They have 2 timeouts. They can use the field. They can run the ball.
Run the ball. Run the ball to the left. It's where they've had success all night long.
Zach Moss. And now we have a timeout by
Seconds in length.
And I did not hear who called the timeout. And I also don't know why Kyle Whittingham is excited. All right, Cindy, can you help us?
I can. I'm standing right behind Kyle Whittingham. He was asking for clarification on the clock, not a timeout. He did not want a timeout called. And because it got so loud, the referee couldn't hear him and thought he was asking for a timeout. And he was charged with a timeout.
Wow.
He is still trying to beg to get that timeout back. He was not asking for a timeout.
Thank you. That's great, Cindy. And that definitely does impact. I mean, you still can run the ball once.
Yeah, that is a huge,
yes, it is,
huge change in this ball game.
Now that's an administrative issue that's hard. It's hard on everybody. With the crowd noise, it's hard on the officials.
No doubt,
question.
especially with how he's sprinting down there late as they're about to snap the ball.
Well, Utah still has at least 2 chances to win the game based on that pass interference in the end zone on 4th down.
Again, you see Ken Hampel, 82, the tight end. I'm going run left. Run left to slide the tight end to the right. Follow that left side of the offensive line.
Zach Moss. Zach Moss trying to bounce it outside. Does he get in? He drives. He doesn't. And Utah has to stop the clock for one last play.
Wow.
Cal strung that out beautifully and denied Moss when he might get the corner. There is a Cal player down. It is Raymond Davison.
Timeout for an injured player of the defense.
They run to the left. You see Davison. He's the one who makes the play. All of a sudden.
And
wow, look at them just flying to the football. You want to talk about effort, Ted? This is why you do the double days, why you work out in the winter, why you commit to the film session. It is a game of inches.
And now we need to find out, because Utah called a timeout, but you heard Chris Coit say timeout for an injured defensive player.
Right.
Does that offset the Utah call timeout?
And keep in mind, if you're injured.
And I don't know the answer. We need to be clear on that.
Please reset the play clock to 40 seconds. Thank you.
And we need to find out, does Utah get a timeout back? Because that's significant.
No doubt. And it's extremely significant because, remember, if you're injured, you have to set out a play, but you can save it with a timeout. So now does Cal all of a sudden call a timeout to get who's arguably been their best defensive player?
Third and final timeout of the half.
All right, so there's the thank you. Chris Coit just cleared that up for us. Utah does get charged with its final timeout. It is not negated by the injured player. So now you really have 2 plays to the end zone, right? You have 1 play if it's in the field.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Kyle Whittingham, he can run the rock. Let's find out. I mean,
he can run, but it's the last play
game.
if he runs.
Exactly right.
It's one play if you run, is what I'm saying.
He has gambled, and he has followed this offensive line all season long. Now, clearly, you get 2 plays. If you throw it, it's incomplete. You get the ball back. At least you would think so. But I'll tell you what, Raymond Davison, 12 tackles on the afternoon.
And the other thing we have to find, Troy Williams needs to be aware, if he rolls out, if he moves the pocket, he has to understand the game clock, 7 seconds. He has to make sure it's 2 plays, right?
Knowing Kyle Whittingham, I'm going to put my money on he runs the rock right here. He follows this offensive line.
Great stuff. Homecoming Saturday in Berkeley to the final seconds.
Man coverage on the outside.
No run. Roll out. Needs to throw. Incomplete. Still a play left. Cal celebrating.
And they got to be careful.
And it's not done yet.
Sideline's got to be careful. Now, not that it would necessarily matter, but
so 3rd down, which is not the important part. There's still 3 seconds. That's what matters.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if he's going to get in. Is he going to get in if he catches that?
Awesome play call. I think he's in. Awesome play call. Kyle Whittingham is going off on the sideline.
The play clock is running. It's down to 14 seconds. Utah's going to have to hurry here on the final play of the game. You see the play clock in red. Williams has to snap it. 1 play for the win. Moss does not get it. Cal holds. Cal bent to the last foot and did not break.
And it was Cameron Saffel. Personal foul earlier in the ball game. Luke Rebenzer, James Looney, Saffel fly to the ball.
James Looney.
Wow, and for a team known for its offense, they win with the defensive line on another 4th down stop. Game-winning stop.